3, and we are live. All right, guys. So this is our first episode of our preludes, or preludes, I guess I should say, for the Weight of Wares campaign, which is a actual play video slash podcast for the Stormlight Archive RPG. And we're starting with the Stonewalkers campaign. So we're doing a bit of backstory work for all of the characters that are going to be joining us, and we're starting off with Zaren. So this is going to be a little bit of a different format from anything I've ever done before. So, if you're just tuning in, go ahead and sit back and listen. And, if you have any comments about the way we're doing things here, go ahead. But what we're really trying to capture here is the backstory of each of the characters as we're moving into the Stonewalkers campaign, which I think is something that's missing from that book a bit, and capture that Brandon Sanderson element of building the characters before you really see them, on screen doing the main things in the pretty much book 2. And then throughout the campaign, we'll be doing some flashbacks of the things that led up to these events. So, Zaren, go ahead and introduce your character. Give us a little bit of, what would we see? Describe him in his room, and just what's going on right now, before we kind of kick into the actual session.
Zaren is people from the Saleh, the north of Roshar. He's wearing a blue-gray robe. Sorry for my bad English. He is calm. He's sitting on his bed, tapping his foot on the ground, like he's waiting for something. In his hand, he's holding a staff, a worn-off staff with nothing special about him, but he's rolling really hard this staff. In his right, there is a small backpack with not very much things, but it is open and ready to have more things inside.
Yeah, that's a good picture. So you are from Babatharnum, as you mentioned before with Soleil. I guess give us a little bit of an image of is he a taller person? What does he look like?
He's tall, not 6 feet tall, but 5.7 feet tall. He has dark hair, darkish, with a little bit of gray on it. He has no beard right now. He's a young person. In his 18 years, he's strong. Not strong with large muscles, but a fit person who is very agile, slim, and his face looks like worn down. Someone is a little bit sad or tired.
Right, yeah. So and we'll kind of pan back in here. You live in the state. Your family are, I guess they would probably be nobility in this city, in this town that you guys live in. Let's see here real quick. What was the name? Tharnash is the name of the town. It's a middling-sized city, roughly 70 square feet, and it's a bit of like a sprawling city with a college campus. There's a library, and there's some training facilities, which seem to be kind of the center of town here. And off towards the west, there are some pastures, and like sprawling fields that are developed. You guys kind of grow crops, but it seems like the military campus is the collegium, as you've called it, is the main focal point of this city. Is that right?
Yes. The city has a reputation. Barbeth is not a kingdom known for his military or strength, but this place is a ancient place that people are trained to be special warriors or elite guards or mercenaries, but people who can protect the nation.
Sure.
And is a really ancient, old.
Yeah, there's a long lineage of this of your people basically being, I mean, for lack of a better word, almost like Spartan in their ways of training and preparing soldiers for the society, in a society that's not necessarily known well for being a military society. Not like the Alethi or even the Vaden people.
Jakevet.
Yeah, like the Yakeved may be. So I think that covers that. But so this estate that you guys live in, you live with your family, extended family, your father, your mother. You have 2 brothers and 2 sisters that live in this home. There are a number of servants. You guys have a house guard, and you have your own little personal axe hound pet. And so, as you've mentioned before, you have just come home from some events that have led to a revelation where you've decided that it's time for you to go. We don't know why. We don't know what has led you to this, but we're kind of zooming in on this moment where you are leaving. And there are a number of things that you want to collect before you go and head out onto the road before the events that will lead to the Stonewalkers campaign. And it's we're running it like a bit of a heist. So I think it's a good time for us to drop in right now on the we'll actually start running through RP now. I think we've done enough of a setup here. So you're in your room. You have worked up the will, the urge, the need, if you will, to leave. Go ahead and I guess just start giving me, the play-by-play of what you're doing, and I will interact with you as you do. I'm going to go ahead and actually open your character sheet if I can. I'm trying to, but it's giving me a loading sign.
It's take a time to finish loading.
There we go.
But I'm okay.
Yeah, so I've got your character sheet open. I'm ready to go. Go ahead.
In this moment, it's the middle of the night. He's sitting on his bed, holding his staff, looking to his bag. He's sad and worried. His foot don't stop shaking, tapping the floor in the pattern of times, like someone who is waiting for be judged.
Okay.
He's just waiting there, breathing, thinking, overthinking about what he needs to do, the places he wants to be, the things he needs to grab, and waiting to be certain that everyone in this house is sleeping or occupied, so no one will find him sneaking around in his own house.
Okay. So let's start off with a quick roll here. I want basically just an insight roll from you real fast, just to get a pulse, to get an idea on when and what is going on in accordance to the patterns that people live in your house right now.
Perfect. The first roll of the campaign.
That's right.
No need for plot dice?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
But just
okay.
I'll tell you what. You can have 1 plot die to use in this session. You know what? Actually, I'm going to give you 3 because this is a session that is specific to you doing a certain thing. So I'm going to give you 3 to use in this session because you and I have written this session together. And you have a goal that you need to achieve to be successful to get out of here. So I'm going to give you an extraordinary level of fate. So you have 3 plot die.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am trying to learn how to do this. Here.
Give me an insight roll.
6.
Excellent. 6. All right.
Oh, 8. Sorry.
There you go. 8. So you know that typically it's the evening that your mother is probably asleep. You haven't been keeping up with your family the way that you should have been recently because of the friction that has been occurring between you and your siblings, especially your sister Thalanir, and that has caused a bit of rippling effects throughout your family, and you don't really know exactly what everyone's doing. You know that they all should be asleep right now, but you don't have enough knowledge of what has been going on recently to know exactly what everyone is doing. You do know that you're probably going to need to move with stealth and to be careful about what you do as you move through the halls of your home, and I guess just to be a bit more vigilant of what's going on around you. So, proceed.
Well, after waiting, he takes a big breath, a deep breath. Let's go. He takes his staff, his backpack. He cracks a little bit his door to check in the corridor, in the hallway, to see if there's anyone there.
Let's see.
Not.
Yeah. At first glance, you know, I don't think that there's too much extra for you to go here, but I still want a perception roll anyway, just to get an idea of what you're taking in as you look out. So give me a quick perception roll, please.
Fair enough. 20.
Excellent. Okay, so as you listen out into the hallway, the rooms that surround you, you hear a bit of a snoring sound coming from your brother's room in the northern hallway. So as you look out into the hall, and I'll be a little bit more descriptive for the listeners, as you look directly ahead, Kareth's room is directly across from you. You have twin brothers that are, one is a room that's next to yours, the other one's next to Kareth's, which is an adjacent room. And then there's Thalanir's room, and the Far, who seems to have a little bit bigger room than everyone else. That's interesting. But it's like a block of 6 that are in the hall that you live on, and then the Far room is a library. From each of these rooms, you don't hear much other than the snoring from your brother directly across the hall. And with that roll of 20, you actually hear the sound of, and I don't know if you'll hear it because I have my crisp on, but from the far end of the hallway, you hear the sound of a creaking chair and a like a stiff read on paper. Probably the sound of your father going through the house ledgers, putting down some glyphs or numbers to account for whatever he may be working on this evening. You do have the idea that he is awake. But as far as this floor goes, that's about it. But your father is awake, so you know that you need to be stealthy, heading out of this room and going down to the first floor staircase. Oh, also, you hear the sound of hard soles tapping the main corridor on the first floor as you hear down there. And most likely is the house guard on patrol within the main entryway, within the antechamber that leads to the other rooms in the first floor of the house. So once again, you would probably anticipate that, though. It's not out of the norm for the house guard to be patrolling. So
yes,
hopefully you have something planned for that.
In a way, yes, because I know the patterns of the guard doing things. I choose this hour of the night because I know he's going to probably to the bathroom in some point. It's a routine to me to know that he's probably going to stop and go to the bathroom in a moment. I'm going to open the door of my room
I'm going to ask you
silently.
to roll a plot dice for me real quick. I know that's not normally how this goes, but I just want to go ahead and have you knock that out now so that as we proceed, I have that ready.
Yes. I trying
Just
to
roll a d20.
roll D20. Okay. It's not a D6. D6.
Is it a d6? See, look, I don't
Yes, it
I don't
is.
even know what dice a plot dice is.
Okay. One is complication +4 to my roll. Two is a complication with +2. Okay. 3 and 4 is nothing. 5 and 6 is an opportunity.
Excellent.
Okay.
Let's do it.
2 complication. Fuck.
Okay. So, I mean, I think that falls in line with what we've already discussed. So, your father's awake, and the guard is walking around the hallway downstairs. You're hoping that they're going to use the bathroom, and it seems like they're not doing that. So, you can just go back to what you're doing here and give me a brief description of what you're about to attempt to do over the next, like, 2 to 5 minutes in you know, while you're navigating your ways to get your stuff.
If the guard is not moving in the time that I was thinking, I am looking down from the staircase, seeing his shadow. He's studying next to a door, the entrance door of the house. I can not go down there without calling attention. I could try to persuade him, but I don't believe that I am capable of that. So I am going to probably... I'm going back to my room. I'm going to take something big, like a book or something like that. I'm going out on the staircase, and I'm going to drop the heavy book to make a sound to echo downstairs. It's not a loud sound that can wake up people, but it's loud enough so they can pick attention from the guard.
Okay. Roll a deception for me real quick.
Oh no. Okay. I want to use my plot dice in this roll.
Go for it.
Ah, 7 with a complication.
Okay. So, you drop the book, and it makes a loud sound, louder than you had intended.
The idea was that the guard was going up to check the noise upstairs. I was waiting behind the stairs. He's going up, and I was going to quick back from his back and down the stairs. When he's looking upstairs, what was the sound?
All right, give me a stealth roll real quick while you're attempting to do that.
Okay. 17.
All right. I'm going to roll against you here with just a unaltered die. Okay. So, an unintended effect here. I'm going to kind of narrate real fast. So, show me the area where you're dropping the book. Go ahead and make a mark on the map here and kind of describe it to, anybody listening of where that would be.
More or less in front of this staircase. The place that if you're going up to the stairs, it's the first place that you're going to look at.
Sure. All right. So
and that would be here, more
Gotcha.
or less.
Excellent. All right. So you've made your way out of your room, out of that hallway, and into the main hallway that leads to the staircase for the first floor. And you're kind of hiding behind the opening where the staircase, lets out onto this floor. You've dropped the book, and the guard is now going to come up the steps. And the guard is looking around. You slip down the staircase to the first floor. From the staircase above you, you hear the guard picking up the book, and he's like, why is this book sitting here? And picks up the book, and then you hear footsteps heading down the hallway to your father's room. Like I said, you got a good son of a gun.
Awareness?
Perception roll early on. You rolled, a dirty 20, which is good. You're listening well. You're being stealthful, but things are still working against you. You hear it heading, the guard heading to your father's room, and you hear like a very low knock, dun dun, and you hear your father's voice. Yes. Continue.
Maybe this is good. Okay, let's go fast. And I go into the kitchen to take some food to my travelers, so I cannot starve in the road.
Okay, Axe Hound is... I'm going to give the Axe Hound actually advantage. Axe Hound is dead asleep. You can hear from the other room the strange trumping sound that your Axe Hound makes when it is snoring. It almost sounds like a... not like so much like a trumpet, but like someone... It almost sounds like someone blowing their nose at like a strange octave.
I think the family dog is friendly to me, probably.
Yeah. But
So
you don't wake it,
worry
is what
about
I'm
it.
saying,
Mm-mm.
while you collect
Okay.
food. So do you have a backpack with you? How are you collecting this
Yes.
food? Which items are you picking?
I think I have a backpack, a traveler's backpack. I am taking some papers and rolling the food that I know that's not going to expire, some slough bread, and some vegetables, things that vegetables in Portugal are scarce, but things that I know that are not going to expire so early in my travels, and things that I know that I can then sustain me
Sure.
long distance.
Let's
and water,
do-
of course.
Let's
water,
do
a
two
lot of
things
water.
real quick, just to kind of expedite this process. Give me a thievery roll and give me a survival roll. So the thievery roll is going to cover how well you're able to extract these items without leaving evidence. And the survival roll is going to determine the quality and quantity of the items that you're able to obtain.
I am more preoccupied to have quality over the stealth. So can I roll the quality with advantage?
Let's
and
do
the
that.
other roll
Absolutely.
with disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. So thievery is for the quality, right?
No, thievery is going to be for hiding the evidence,
Okay.
both the sound and the physical evidence of you stealing stuff. All right, that's really excellent. That's give me one more for your disadvantage.
I thought that I had. Okay.
Maybe you did.
Thievery.
Maybe you did.
No.
Did you?
Two 20s is not possible.
It is possible, but oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, it was. It was two 20s.
Really? Okay.
Really?
I don't know how you did that, but
Me neither.
we're just going to expedite the other roll. You nat 20'd twice on your thievery roll. So I'm going to give
Wow.
you... I'm actually going to upturn one of the previous complications that you're going to have. So now you're only working with a single complication. Whereas before I had the deck stacked against you a bit. Now you are basically only working against one negative,
Problem.
point here. So
My father saying to the guard, it must be the wind.
So I'll allow you to have that be what your father says. The guard, however, is going to insight for themselves. 12. They're going to start walking through the rooms and listening to see what they can hear. Give me another perception roll real quick.
Of course.
2.
4.
Yeah, so you're no longer able to really hear as well what the guard is doing, but you know that the guard is not coming back down the stairs. It is conceivable that the guard right now is checking on the other rooms to see if maybe one of the other people in the house dropped the book. But you're going blind. You were able to get all the food that you needed to get.
I need to roll the quality?
No, when you rolled 2 nat 20s on your thievery, I think that you're doing pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I will quickly go to my dog, the Kig.
Okay. The dog wakes as you walk in to see Kig. The axe hound makes a small trump sound and then walks over to you. Its whiskers, it's not whiskers, but its antennas begin to vibrate a little bit with affection as it walks up to you and rubs the side of its hard carapace body against you.
I bet the X-Hound in his head. I think I need to pressure a little bit with a little bit of strength.
Yeah.
So he can feel, but
the vibrations of your fingers scratching the outside of the carapace, it kind of releases a bit of like a rattle, almost like a purr, or like a growl almost, but it's the sound of it making its pleasure noise, which doesn't actually, that sounds gross. You know what I mean though.
Yes.
After you pet it for a moment, it kind of snuffles your bag and seems to want something from inside of the bag. It begs.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, well, I'm going to give it a quick persuasion roll. It begs. It's like a 13, It's your dog, so it would have advantage, but it's, you can do what you want. But it seems relatively persuasive that it wants something.
I take half of one of the breads that I took from the kitchen, give to him. I continue to scratch him, and I say, "Thank you for being with me. Thank you for your support. To always smile at me. Only one."
It takes the bread and kind of like goes back to its little bed and like puts the bread down and starts nibbling on the bread and holding it between its 4 legs, because they have 6 legs. It's 6 legs, and kind of nibbling at it. It almost looks like a spider eating its prey, but it's a roll. And it seems preoccupied and satisfied with your, with your treat.
I am in not strongly emotional way, but I am saying goodbye to him and thanking him for everything. To be a little bit of light in this house for me. And get up, take my backpack, and start to go to the next room.
All right.
I go to the hallway.
Ooh.
I listen to hear if anyone is walking this floor, if the guard is going down to the stairs or not.
Yeah, give me another perception roll real fast.
14.
14. So you do hear directly above you the sound of footsteps on the subfloor for the floor above you, and you know that that's between Kareth's room and your room, and you hear the sound of a knock on your door. Complications.
Choices. I need to be quick. I am going to sprint to the hallway, to the library of the house.
Give
down
me
here.
a stealth roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Stealth, disadvantage. I'm going to raise the stakes in this one too. Okay.
Okay.
18 with nothing.
Okay. Excellent.
I go to the library. I take 3 books. One is whatever, but I try to find books that can be useful to my journeys, like topography or things that can help traveling.
Yeah, like an atlas.
Yes. Things that can inform me about places, about geography, not cultures, not things like that, just places to go and be careful, to mountains and so on and so on.
I mean, this is your house. You know that that's there, and you know where it is, so you're able to obtain that. At this point, you do hear the staircase. You hear someone walking down the stairs.
Okay, and I take my one of these books, the one that I don't care about it. I put my backpack. No. Okay, I will hold this book, but I will take my backpack and go to the hallway and see what the guards are going to do. If he's going to my direction, I'm going to talk to him.
Okay.
Even though it's not the ideal thing, it's the best I can do to try to not think much about what's happening, and I have a plan.
Okay, so you're able to probably discern at this point that the guard is looking for you. You heard them knocking on your door. You know that they went upstairs. I'm going to roll a d6 real quick, and that's going to determine which direction it's going to go in. So we're going to do it like a dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 between these rooms. So you have the servants' quarters, you have the kitchen, you have these like your library and your other room down here, and then you have the dining room. So depending on, and then each hallway. So depending on what is rolled is which direction will go. They will go number 1. They will go directly into the servants' quarters.
Okay.
So you hear the doors to the servants' quarters open, and the conversation of murmured discussion going on between the guard will wake up the 2 servants that are in there, and asking. You hear your name kind of over the hum of conversation. It's only going to be a couple of moments before everyone in the house is looking for you.
Perfect. I have a stupid. Man, this is going to be so bad, but it's.
I mean,
Okay,
or you can just leave. You can always just go out the door and get the hell out of here.
I don't have money. I need money probably.
Oh boy. Okay.
I need to take the money, and the only place that I know that there is money is in my father's study. So, well, it is a epic fantasy novel led to epic things. I'm going to upstairs, knowing that the guard is in the servant's
Going
house.
back upstairs. Gotcha.
Back upstairs. I going to the room of my father. For what you said, first he went to my father, then he discovered that I'm not in my room. So even though that I am using this cloth, I'm going to take the backpack in the hallway, put the staff over there. I'm going to try to rub my fingers on my eyes to look like I was sleeping, even though I know that I'm not using sleeping clothes.
Right.
But even though I cannot change that right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
Um,
you're gonna try to be a bit. Give me a deception roll here, real fast, as you walk in there. Yeah, I think that's the only.
course.
That's the most relevant role here is deception.
15.
15. Excellent. Okay, so you walk into your father's study. He is in there. He is. He looks up at you, and he kind of squints his eyes a little bit. He looks tired as well. Yes,
Hey,
Zaren. I'm quite busy.
hey. I know it just the guards are looking for something down there. Talk about some noises. Can you check, please? It's really he's went for our rooms in the hallway.
He's gonna rub his
Everything's all right?
forehead and kind of look. I don't know, frustrated. But I mean, your rolls are good. His rolls were not so good. All right, just a moment, please. Can you return to your room? Why are you dressed as if you're going to be going somewhere?
Oh, this new things of the teacher. Um, your guess is as good as mine. Why he's asking me to use that? It's about traveling and getting used to not being comfortable in dire circumstances or something like that.
Just kind of nods and makes his way to the staircase. You hear him walking down the stairs. The hallway is dark. There are no spheres in the hallway lighting it. So he kind of just walked past you. You were standing in front of your bag. He doesn't really see it. And you can tell he's just a bit disoriented by working late and into the evening. You walk into his room. You see the room is lit by a number of spheres on his desk. There is a goblet full of. It has 3 diamond bromes in it that are used to illuminate his room. It's his lamp, essentially, a very expensive lamp, but it is his lamp. Of 3 diamond bromes with a small cloth over top of it to diffuse the light a bit.
I am going inside his studies as in the moment he is cross my viewpoint, I'm going in. I will take the spheres if I find anything usable at first glance, like map, animation, anything that's
At a
useful
first
for
glance, give
navigation
me a
or
perception
practical
roll.
tools. Think steel, a small knife, rope, anything like that.
Sure.
Perception, I'm going to use my. No, I'm not going. I have one less rest stakes. I'm not going to use that right now. 8.
8. As you glance around the room, the light being cast by the bromes in the sphere goblet is creating a lot of shadow throughout the room. You don't spend a lot of time in your father's study. You know that he has a drawer. You're not sure which one it is, where he keeps a key for a safe where the house savings are kept. You certainly could search his drawers if you wanted to find the key to open the safe to get some spheres from there, or you could simply steal some of the spheres that he's using to illuminate the room. So, you know, you're not able to see well at the time. At this time,
I'm going to take all the spheres that are illuminating the room.
all of them.
I'm going to use that to all of them.
Okay.
All that it's not feasible, and I'm going to use one of them to help me to look for things.
Okay.
I tried if I found a small, the knife that you use to open letters.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take one if I find one. Rope if it's possible, and taking a little bit of spheres and money if I find in the table. Not everything. I'm not interested in taking the safe. It's a little bit too much. I'm not that kind of thief. And if I find a pencil, a pen, or anything that I can write a glyph, because I don't know how to read, to write, of course. I draw 2 glyphs, a glyph of sorrow and a glyph of negative honor.
Okay. Yeah. I gotcha.
Yes.
So you write those
And
glyphs on just a sheet of parchment on your father's desk? Where do you write those?
I write in a sheet of paper.
Okay.
In one paper that I know that's not going to be a problem to him. Like not in the middle of his documents.
Sure, but do you leave the note for him on his desk?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Give me a quick thievery roll, real fast, just to see what you're able to obtain.
10.
10. Okay, yeah, you don't find a knife. There is a like a letter opener. It's a small. It's shaped like a knife, but it's not sharpened. It may have at one point been just a knife of some kind, but as it is now, it's just a metal, a small metal dagger that is dull, like a pocket knife almost. It's a letter opener. You find a number of spheres that are just kind of throughout the room, within drawers or whatever. It's basically chips or pocket change, and that aren't within the safe. But for that roll, you aren't able to get to steal your family's full savings. You can make away with probably 10 chips and the 3 bromes, or you can do whatever it is with that. But you're not able to take too much here other than a few stationary items for writing, some paper, and essentially 3 bromes and 10 chips.
I take a little bit of ink from the table. He's probably using it.
Sure. You
I
stop.
want-
You stop her an ink bottle. You take you put that in your pack.
I have a question, a really important one. There is something that's long that I can use, like a rope. For example, sheets in a bed, or even though a proper rope, or anything like that.
So
A
this is your
rope.
this is your dad's study. There's not really anything like that in here. There are probably some curtains on the window,
Perfect.
but they're going to be probably at total, if you knot them together, that's probably going to be about 12 feet. You're on the second floor up, so you're probably about 20 feet up. So you're still going to have about an 8 to 10 foot drop from where you're dropping from. So this is a good opportunity, I guess, for us to look up falling damage.
Yes, I think similar to D&D, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that?
Let me
1d6
check.
per 10 feet. We can go with that for now, but I'm actually going to look it up too. So go ahead. Give me a survival roll to create your own rope to go out the window with and to secure it. And in the meantime, I'm going to look up falling damage in this game.
Okay, survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 7.
Yeah, so you are able to fashion a rope and tie it off, and I'll give you one of two choices. You can either make it so that the knot is not very strong, or that the rope is a bit shorter.
I want to be longer and weaker.
Okay. All right. I will give you a chance die here. I'm going to give you a 50% chance. So roll, any even number of dice. And on an even roll, it does not break. On an odd roll, it does break.
Okay. Let's go. 1.
1. Odd. It does break. You are going to take 2d6 falling damage.
Can I try something in the middle of the fall using a plot die?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am holding my staff, and I am expert in my staff.
Okay.
When I notice that the rope is going to release, I want to tap my staff in the wall of the house to launch myself to the other side, so I can mitigate not have that damage, but not receiving full of the damage. Like I am jumping from the wall of the house using my staff as a proportion,
Hmm. So
hitting
the damage is
the wall.
coming more from falling. Here, let's do this. I will give you the opportunity to lodge your staff in an imperfection in the wall to kind of act as like a lever that you can stab into the wall and kind of catch your staff on as you're falling to kind of slow your fall a little bit, and you can take half fall damage.
That's
So
perfect.
give me, let's see.
Light weapon.
Let's do an agility roll of some kind here.
Okay,
Yeah, give me an agility roll.
I'm going to raise the stakes.
Okay. I'm gonna make this. Okay, I was about to say I'm gonna make this relatively difficult roll. Okay.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. I would say that's satisfactory in this situation. But also, you could possibly break the staff here. So
No.
yeah, it's potential staff breaking here. I'm going to do another 50% chance here of your weight snapping the staff in half as you fall. So give me another D whatever. Odd it breaks. Even it doesn't. 1.
I broke
okay,
it.
yeah. So what I'm going to say here is, yeah, you're able to stab your staff into the wall at the perfect spot. You're going to take no falling damage. The staff breaks your fall as you stab it into like a nook in the creme on the outside of your house. It kind of bends, just enough to even give you a little bit of spring back up into the air, almost like a reverse lashing. I mean, almost like an
spoilers.
Yeah, or not. And it gives you a little bit of inertia in the other direction. You're able to fall, and the staff is now broken in half. You have a stick. You have a 3-foot stick in your hand, and
Zaren is going to.
It's a club now, is what it will count as.
Put his knees on the ground, holding his broken staff. The 2 parts in both hands.
No. One half is still broken and stuck and lodged into the side of the house.
Storms. No. He's looking to his staff. I needed that. Sorry.
Roll a plot die for me as well. This is just going to be just me instructing one.
Okay. It is a 4. It's nothing.
Okay. All right. And you are outside of the house. You have your bag. You have a club.
I want to throw a stone. One time, throw a stone to make the broken staff fall down. I want to repair the broken staff if possible.
Try.
It's really important to me. This is staff.
I understand.
Light weapon, because I'm taking a rock and throwing. It's an improvised weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. Improvised weapon roll.
Okay. A light weapon. Get down here. 17.
Okay. Yeah, you pick up a rock that's kind of been welded and lodged in with creme onto the ground. You snap it off of the ground. You throw it up at your staff that's lodged into the side of the house, and you hit it in such a way that the lever of it pushes it out of the house and it drops straight down. The rock falls straight down as well in front of you. The staff lands directly in front of you as well.
I take the staff, I hold both parts with one hand, and I say, I will fix you. Sorry for that. And thank you for protecting me. And why not? He takes the rock, put in his backpack as well. Why not? And he starts to go off. not looking back, with a sad expression in his face.
Okay. And I think that actually can cover us for the opening session for you.
In the end, I didn't use the book. My idea was that if the guard found me, I would explain to him that I was just making some reading in the middle of the night, and I was looking for some books.
Yeah. So before we close this out, do you need to raid or steal anything else from anywhere else in the town? Do you need to go to the library? Do you need to go to the training field? Or would you just leave now?
I would go to the infirmary to take bandage.
Okay. All right. So let's go through that really quickly. We'll move to the next level up on the map here, the city map. All right. So the infirmary is where on the map? Show me, and I'll give us a.
That's.
Would it be on the campus?
Yes. It's the infirmary for the students.
Excellent.
It's probably going to be next to the training camp, so probably here.
Yeah. So it's about essentially like half of, probably like a quarter mile from where you are right now.
Look here, the yellow dot.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's probably about a quarter mile from where you are, and it would take you roughly, if you're moving stealthily throughout the evening, hiding behind houses, staying out of the main thoroughfares. Give me a quick stealth roll.
Of course. Stealth roll. 9.
Okay. It's not great. You are noticed by a few people as you're moving, not so stealthily through the streets, but it doesn't appear that any of them recognize you. And I don't feel like let's see. Yeah, I think all of them recognize that you're not doing anything nefarious. Some of them probably even can tell that you're just running away. It's unfortunate, and they leave you about your business.
If I found someone in my classroom or someone that recognized me, and even though they try to call me like, Zaren, what are you doing this middle of the night? I don't look at them. I don't communicate. I just give them a sorrow look to them, and I start running more faster to the infirmary.
Yeah. So you get to the infirmary. Obviously, it could be functioning anytime, day or night. And fortunately, when you get there, it appears that that anyone that is on duty may be asleep at the moment, and that there doesn't seem to be any motion or even light inside.
Good. I'm going to go to the window. It's not a big place or anything like that. It's just a place that if some students or teacher have some wounds in the training or something like that,
Sure.
It's the place that they give. There's no ice in this place probably, but some
like
knobs.
Yeah, like knobweed sap or
Knobweed sap, and,
like
yes, exactly.
Different herbal remedies, or maybe
and
some
stitches and things like that. I'm going to try to open the window, not broke it, just open it, hope side, and take bandages. Simple things. I'm not proficient in medicine. I will not know probably how to use antiseptics.
Give me a quick medicine roll real fast, just to see what you're able to identify and take.
15.
15. Okay. You identify a bottle of antiseptic, Maybe it's knobweed sap or lard lard mucus or whatever the heck it's called. Um, we'll say it's knobweed sap, and
Okay, okay.
a few rolls of bandages and a couple of like a needle and gut for stitching. Basically, you find a physicker's pack that has everything that you would need in it for field medicine. It appears to have been used, but it's not completely full. But all of the essentials for field medicine are in there.
Mhm. What is the name of the item? Like it's medicine kit? No.
Yeah, there would probably be a medicine kit. I'd have to look up what the actual item's name is, but you can just put in your notes, found a medicine kit or a first aid kit or something along those lines, and then we can find the proper item within the item list to add to your character sheet.
Okay.
So, give me a stealth roll as well. And if you're attempting to cover your theft, then give me a thieving roll as well, which probably won't come into play until much later in the campaign. But I do want to make note of your final results here.
Again, I am not preoccupied to not being caught in the future, so
Sure.
one with advantage, one with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
First, thievery. 18. Wow, why? Never mind. The three rolls that I made with disadvantage, they
have been better than the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know why. And now advantage. No, there is no. 9. No, I'm misclicking. There's no possible way. I'm misclicking.
Maybe you're misclicking. Yeah, we'll switch those. Just to expedite things.
Let's be fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So you leave a significant sign that you broke in here during your looting that you're doing here to break into the window. You actually broke the window getting in here, but were able to do it in such a way that you didn't make any noise or commotion. And leaving, you leave a relatively big mess. Maybe not specifically so much that you leave evidence that it was you, but it's clear that a theft happened here. And there was no real attempt made to cover your tracks. So it's pretty likely that when your house guard finds that you're not there, that, by the time that you're gone, and tomorrow when it's reported that there was a theft in the infirmary, that they'll be able to put together that it was you, and, that shame will be on your house.
They already have a lot of shame by having there. One more is not going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, at this point, you really don't even care. So, you give me one last stealth roll leaving town to make sure that you're not caught by some form of guard patrol or something along those lines.
I don't have more plot dice to spend, but I can request. Can I use plot dice in this roll?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay. Wow. I get a natural one, but with an opportunity.
I will give you advantage on that roll for your opportunity.
Wait, I can choose. I can reroll the stealth?
Yes, reroll your stealth.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, so your opportunity, I just basically allow you to have a advantage on that, and you have a 19. You make it out of town without being noticed, and you are on the road heading to wherever it is that you decide that you're going to be going next, and we'll cover that in your next session.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Theron, for your. Wait. Varen? How do you spell his name? Zaren. Thank you, Zaren.
Zaren.
Thank you, Zaren, for playing with us and helping us get this all started, being the first person to help me start working through this process of getting our backstories lined up. And we'll see you on Monday.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, and we are going to see what happens next.
Awesome. I will see you in chat, and for anyone else that's listening, thank you. And leave us a comment.